Have you ever felt like someone was slowly erasing your sense of self while still smiling at you, making you doubt your own reality? Behind the charm and confidence, narcissists often hide a dark arsenal of manipulation. They don't just hurt, they dominate. They twist love into control and attention into a weapon. In this video, you'll uncover the hidden tactics narcissists use to trap their victims. From love bombing to gaslighting, you'll learn how to spot the signs, set unbreakable boundaries, and walk away with your dignity intact. It's time to break free, to reclaim your voice, to rebuild your emotional well-being with strength and clarity. You're not alone. And this is where the healing begins. Understanding narcissistic abuse.
What is narcissistic abuse?
Narcissistic abuse is a pattern of emotional manipulation carried out by someone with narcissistic traits. It's not always loud or aggressive. In fact, it's often quiet, calculated, and deeply confusing. Victims may feel invisible, voiceless, and trapped in a cycle they can't explain. It includes behaviors like gaslighting, blame shifting, silent treatment, and emotional invalidation. Over time, it leaves the victim questioning their reality, losing their self-worth, and struggling to trust others again. Unlike healthy disagreements or flaws in a normal relationship, narcissistic abuse is intentional. It's about gaining control, weakening the other person's confidence, and keeping them dependent emotionally, mentally, or even financially.
The characteristics of a narcissist.
Narcissists often appear confident, charming, and self-assured, but beneath that surface lies a fragile ego that constantly seeks validation. They crave admiration, attention, and control. They struggle with empathy. A narcissist rarely considers how their actions affect others. Instead, they prioritize their needs, desires, and image at all costs, even if it means lying, manipulating, or hurting those around them. Common traits include entitlement, arrogance, defensiveness, a lack of accountability, and hypersensitivity to criticism. They often turn conversations back to themselves and may respond to feedback with anger or cold withdrawal.
The impact of narcissistic abuse.
Narcissistic abuse leaves deep emotional scars. Victims often feel anxious, depressed, and drained both mentally and physically. It's not uncommon to experience symptoms of PTSD, low self-esteem, and a distorted sense of self. The psychological effects can linger long after the relationship ends. Many victims blame themselves, wondering if they were too sensitive, too demanding, or not good enough. Healing from narcissistic abuse isn't just about getting a witsy, about rebuilding your sense of identity and learning to trust your instincts again.
Recognizing the red flags.
One of the most powerful tools you can have is awareness. Recognizing the red flags early can help you protect yourself from deeper harm. If someone is overly charming too quickly, always needing control, or blames everyone else for their problems, that's a red flag. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Patterns like excessive praise, sudden devaluation, guilt-tripping, or creating confusion in your mind are all signs of manipulation. Don't brush them off. These are warning signs, not coincidences.
Love bombing and idealization.
Love bombing is when a narcissist overwhelms you with affection, compliments, and attention too much. Too fast. It feels magical at first, like a dream come true, but the purpose isn't love, it's control. They want to hook you emotionally, so you ignore the warning signs. The compliments turn into criticism. The attention becomes suffocating. Idealization puts you on a pedestal, but it's temporary. Once they sense they've secured your attachment, the mask begins to slip.
Gaslighting and manipulation.
Gaslighting is a tactic used to make you question your memory, your judgment, and even your sanity. Narcissists will deny things they clearly said, twist facts, and accuse you of being too sensitive or crazy. Over time, you start to doubt yourself. You second-guess your feelings and begin to rely on them for your sense of reality. This is manipulation in its purest form. It's meant to destabilize you so they stay in control and you stay confused.
Triangulation and isolation.
Triangulation is when a narcissist brings a third person into your relationship, either emotionally, romantically, or socially, to create jealousy, rivalry, or insecurity. They may compare you to others, flirt in front of you, or suggest someone else understands them better. This isn't accidental, it's intentional emotional sabotage. Meanwhile, they slowly isolate you. They might discourage you from seeing friends or suggest that your loved ones are against you. The goal? Keep you dependent and cut off your support system.
Setting healthy boundaries.
Setting boundaries is your first line of defense. It means deciding what you will and won't accept and sticking to it even when it's uncomfortable. Boundaries are not walls, they're filters. They let the good in and keep the toxic out. And they start with knowing your values and self-worth. A boundary could be as simple as, I won't accept being yelled at, or I need time to process before continuing this conversation.
Defining your personal values and limits.
Before you set boundaries, get clear on your values. What matters most to you? Respect, honesty, peace. These values will guide your decisions and protect your well-being. Know your limits. What behaviors cross the line for you? What makes you feel unsafe or disrespected? You don't need to explain your limits, you just need to honor them. When you know your worth, you stop negotiating with people who try to devalue it.
Communicating boundaries clearly and assertively.
Say what you mean and mean what you say with calm confidence. Avoid over-explaining or apologizing for your needs. For example, I'm not comfortable with that, or I need space right now. Clear, direct, respectful. Assertiveness isn't aggression. It's the strength to honor your truth without needing to prove, persuade, or please.
Enforcing boundaries consistently.
Boundaries mean nothing if they're not enforced. When someone crosses your line, remind them firmly. If they continue, take action even if it means walking away. Consistency is key. Don't make exceptions for charm or guilt trips. Each time you uphold your boundary, you rebuild trust with yourself. It's not your job to change, it's your job to protect your peace.
Strategies for protecting yourself.
You don't have to face narcissistic abuse alone. One of the most effective ways to protect yourself is by surrounding yourself with people who validate your experiences and respect your boundaries. Don't isolate yourself. Abusers thrive in silence and secrecy. By speaking up and reaching out, you begin to reclaim your power and break the illusion that you're alone. Document patterns of abuse privately. Keep screenshots, journal your feelings, and track events. This helps you see the bigger picture when doubt creeps in.
Seeking support from trusted individuals.
Healing often begins with being heard. Confide in people who are safe, grounded, and won't minimize your experiences. A friend, a mentor, a support group, someone who listens without judgment. Don't be discouraged if not everyone understands. Narcissistic abuse is often invisible from the outside. What matters is that you feel believed and supported. You deserve relationships built on trust, honesty, and mutual respect, not fear or confusion.
Prioritizing self-care and recovery.
Self-care isn't just about bubble baths or spa days. It's about reclaiming your space mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's about choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion. Nourish your mind with positive affirmations. Move your body. Get enough rest. Reconnect with activities that bring you joy and remind you who you are beyond the abuse. You are not broken. You are healing. And each act of self-kindness is a step toward recovery.
Considering therapy or counseling.
A trauma-informed therapist can be life-changing. They can help you untangle the emotional knots, rebuild your confidence, and process the pain in a safe space. Therapy isn't about fixing your wits, about helping you remember who you were before the damage. It's about giving you tools to move forward with clarity and strength. And if therapy isn't accessible, even self-help books, online communities, or educational videos can be a meaningful start.
Moving forward, breaking the cycle of abuse.
The most courageous thing you can do is break free, not just physically, but emotionally. Narcissists may try to re-enter your life. Don't be surprised if they test your boundaries again. Stay grounded. Revisit your why. You are no longer available for manipulation, mind games, or conditional love. Healing doesn't mean forgetting it, it means no longer letting the pain define you. You have the power to choose something different now.
Building resilience and self-esteem.
Every step you take to protect yourself builds resilience. You begin to trust your intuition, speak your truth, and make choices that honor your worth. Affirm your strength daily. Say things like, I am not to blame for the abuse, or I am worthy of love that doesn't hurt. The more you affirm your value, the less room there is for people who try to diminish it.
Finding peace and empowerment.
You may have been silenced, but you are not voiceless. You may have been broken, but you are not beyond repair. You are rising. Every boundary you set, every truth you speak, every step you take, it matters. Protecting yourself from narcissistic abuse isn't selfish, it's survival. It's choosing life, freedom, and dignity. So breathe deep, let go of the guilt, and walk forward stronger, wiser, and finally, free. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you suspect you or someone you know may be involved with a narcissist or are dealing with any psychological issues, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. This content is shared to offer insights and perspectives and should not be considered as professional or medical counsel.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you stay updated with our latest content. See you next time.